What's nice to know in these medical coding books is that there are many common terms. That means terms that we're used to using instead of the medical terminology. For example, flu is actually in the medical dictionary, and it says see also influenza. So we can get to codes through common terms as well. An eponym is a condition named for a person, such as a physician who discovered it or invented it, or it could be named after a patient. An eponym is usually listed both under the name and under the main term or disease or syndrome. For example, Hodgkin's disease appears as a subterm under disease and as a key term. The alphabetic index is the guide for coding other syndromes such as battered child syndrome or HIV infection. If the syndrome is not identified, its manifestations are assigned codes. We'll talk about manifestations later. Sometimes, if the main term or subterm is too long to fit on one line, as is often the case when many non-essential modifiers appear, a turnover line or carryover line are used. In this example, initial encounter is the carryover. It should be in the top line, displaced fracture of tibial spine, closed fracture, initial encounter. It simply didn't fit on the top line, so it's carried over to the second line. It's important to carefully read to distinguish a turnover line from a subterm line. For example, under the term blindness and the term transient, the information under C is long enough to require a turnover line. Without close attention, it's possible to confuse a turnover line with an entry in a subterm. Some entries use cross-references. If the cross-reference C appears after a main term, the coder must look up the term that follows the word C in the index. The C reference means that the main term where the coder first looked is not correct. Another category must be used. C also, another type of cross-reference, points the coder to additional related index entries. See also category indicates that the coder should review the additional categories that are mentioned. Two abbreviations that are really important as we look for codes are not elsewhere classifiable, or NEC, and this appears with a term when there is no code that is specific for the condition. This abbreviation means that no code matches the exact situation. Another abbreviation, which is NOS, or not otherwise specified, means that it's unspecified. This term or abbreviation indicates that the code to be located in the tabular list should be used when a condition is not completely described in the medical record. This is when there's a possibility you're going to need to look up the doctor to find out if this can be a little more specified in the medical record.